It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some dope content to step to. Man, listen. Welcome to the DY Prize channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? I'm going to tell you what to do. Before we get into the schedule, before we make people pick a side. That's right. We making people pick a side. There's been a whole lot of rhetoric this summer of people who believe it's going to work between Sean Mannion and Jalenhurts. And we're making people that cover the Eagles, both locally, nationally, and YouTube content creators, we're making people pick a side. All right. So stay tuned for that. Before we do that, I got a big announcement to make. It is official. The DY Prize shop has opened.
This is culturally inappropriate.
That's right. You see it. It is official. Hey, man, we finally put it on a t-shirt. Jalen Hitman Hurts.
The excellence of execution.
You see it. The merch is official, man. The merch is official. You see it. We got the green trucker hat, the Jalen Hitman Hurts shirt. You know, we got Shorty over here. She looking cute. Go ahead, get your girl looking fly, man. Go ahead, get your girl looking fly. The Kingslayer Cooper DeJean shirts.
Kingslayer.
The Kingslayer.
We finally put that on a t-shirt. This right here is the mobile side. Let's check out the real. This right here is the official site. You see it, man. You see it. We got hoodies. The Jalen Hitman Hurts with his own silhouette. We gave him his own silhouette, y'all. Come on, man. F with your boy. If Jordan got his own silhouette, Jalen gets his own silhouette. You know, that's how we moving. We about to have people folding their arms after every touchdown that he throws. It's about to be a show, y'all. You got to be a part of history. Everybody's pushing their chips in, from the national media to local media to YouTube content creators. Everybody's pushing their chips in, and so are we. And this is how you do it. This is how you back your Super Bowl MVP quarterback. And we're going to add more merch. We got some other stuff coming, but yeah, man, we're going to continuously add more stuff to the shop. I got some ideas. We just need to put it on wax. But the quality is top notch. I made sure of it myself. And like I said, I've been away, but I did not come back empty-handed. I came bearing gifts. But this one's the pullover. It's very comfortable, y'all. And this one right here is the zip up. It's got the silhouette on the front and then the Jalen Hitman Hurts on the back. It's in the shape of a football, y'all. Y'all peep that? Come on, man. F with your boy. Come F with your boy. The Kingslayer Cooper DeJean Hitman Hurts. Just come check out the store. You know, click around, see things you like. You know, we even got coffee mugs, man. We got coffee mugs. Go ahead. We got the hats. We got different colors. We got the Jalen Hitman Hurts Super Bowl MVP t-shirt. You know, hats, beanies, the trucker hat. We even got coffee mugs, man. We got coffee mugs. What's up? What's up? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Just click the store. The link will be in the description below. You know, find something you like. But we're going to represent our quarterback well this season. You know why? Because the league is on a precipice of an ass whooping. In fact, do you smell that? Do you smell that? That is a can of ass whoop being cracked open at the link. That's right.
Shut the fuck up.
The league is not ready for Jalen Hurts and Sean Mannion. I'm trying to temper expectations, y'all. I'm trying to temper expectations because even Kyle Shanahan said it himself. It takes 3 years for someone to master his offense. But, you know, the closer we get, all that's going out the window, man. It's going out the window. I promise you. But let's take a look at the schedule. You see, we got the Washington Redskins. We about to put them in the dirt. Another 55 on their head, or at least a Timberland boot, you know. Week 2 against the Titans. Dub. Week 3 against the Bears. Is that away? Oh, that's at the Bears. Listen, y'all might hate me for this, but my prediction for the Bears is we're going to see them in the NFC Championship. Okay? And on top of that, I think Caleb Williams will be in the running for MVP at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it, but whatever. But for this Bears game, that's tough. I'm going to say we're going to take the L on that one. I'm going to say we're going to take the L. Maybe. I don't know. We got to see the first 2 games, but I'm going to keep it as an L for now. Rams, they're due for one, but you know what? We got to smack them around again, you know? We got to smack them up, man. You know, Sean McVay, he out here, he's smashing all the reporters or whatever, so we got to smack everybody up. Puka, he's out of control. We got to smack him up. Dub. Week 5 against the Jags over in London. You know, the Jags, they're used to going over there, but They ain't better than us, man. They ain't better than us. So that's another dub. Carolina, dub. Dallas, we're at home against Dallas. You know what? Yeah, we gonna win this one. We gonna win this one. It's at home. We gonna be off of 3 wins straight. Make that 4. Washington, week 8. It depends on how much they improved. You know, they brought in some new pieces. They got a rookie wide receiver. We're gonna see how well Terry is playing. They need to figure out their running back situation, their offensive line, their defense. You know, they signed all of Nigeria to play defense. So we're gonna see what happens, but we're gonna get the dub. Giants at home, dub. Then week 10, we got a bye. Then week 11, at home against the Steelers. Will Aaron Rodgers be their quarterback? Will he be healthy? I don't think it matters. Dub. Dallas away. That is the Thanksgiving game. I think that's on a short turnaround on Thursday. Wouldn't it be something if we can get that win on a short turnaround in Jerry World? If we are healthy going into that game, I believe we'll win. But their offense should be putting up points. We're going to see how our defense responds to this season. Our defense is so good, man. Even with or without us getting a new safety, our defense is going to be top notch. So this is a tough one. I'm a push. What does that mean? We'll see at the end. The Cardinals away game. Is Jonathan Gannon still the coach over there? I don't know. We putting him in the dirt though. A home game against Shane Steichen and the Colts. We got to put Shane in the dirt too. Hey, man, we got to do what we got to do. At home against Seattle, week 15. That's going to be a good one, yo. That is going to be a good one against the Super Bowl champs. Yeah, man, the past 2 Super Bowl champs going at it. I think we're going to win that one, man. Not a lot of people are talking about the fact that Seattle lost a lot of pieces on defense. You know, and we picked up Reek Woolen. Tariq the Freak. Yeah, man. You know, of course they lost K9. I think they lost like 2 other pieces on their defense as well. So if none of their other receivers steps up, I know JSN, he is a beast. And he's a top 5 receiver, definitely. I don't know. I just don't see us losing at home, man. Like, even when we were playing bad last season, it's like the Link is just a different animal. The crowd at the Link is something else, man. It gives the players the energy to get the job done. Seattle knows what's up. They know how it feels to have a good home field advantage, man. Even when we were playing bad last season, I still didn't see us losing at home. I'm going to pick us. All right. The Texans on a 5-day turnaround. I know I said it's hard to see us losing at the Link, but this is a game I can see us maybe dropping because of the short turnaround, especially coming off of a big win. Even though we take it one game at a time, that's one thing I got to give Nick credit for. He never looks further down the road than the game that's before him. You know, that's one thing I will give Nick. You know, even though I'm still on his ass. And a lot of things have come out. I haven't dropped any videos lately. I'm coming back around. I still got to put Nick in the sharpshooter. So, you know, we going to see. We're going to see. I think we're going to lose to the Texans week 16. Week 17 against the 49ers, we get a bounce back game. The 49ers, they're burnt toast, man. They burnt toast. Put them in the dirt. And then the Giants, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends on if the Giants are fighting for something, man. If they're fighting for something, they might play their starters and we might play our backups, even though I think our backups are better than a lot of team starters. But we dropped last year's last game, and I know we overhauled the whole offense, but it is possible for us to still lose that game. So just for the sake of argument, I'll say we lose that game. So 3 losses, okay? I'll say 4 losses. 1 against the Bears, 1 against, we got the bye at week 10, so that's good. Then we might lose against Dallas, so that's a push. Then we lose against the Texans, and then since we won't be playing for nothing, we'll lose against the Giants. So 3 or 4 losses, that ain't bad, man.
Shut the fuck up!
I can dig it. But we see the guys, they were revealing the schedule release together, and the vibes are high, man. The vibes are high. That's right. The dark cloud that was hanging over this team for the past 2.5 years is gone. And his name is AJ Brown. Get him out. Get him out. And shout out to Seth Joyner, man. Shout out to He's been coming off the top rope all summer. He stepped away from YouTube a little bit. You know, he's got to recharge his battery because it's going to be, it's going to be a dogfight this season. Last season was super draining. This season, who knows what's going to happen, but we got to be ready to battle. But all the GOATs, they hanging with Jalen, man. Everybody believes in Jalen, and then these bums, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about?
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, man, get them out. But Unc knows the assignment. In fact, let's set the record straight. Content creators, local people that cover the Eagles, and even the larger talking heads, let's put them on one side or another, the believers and non-believers between Jalen Hurts and Sean Mannion, our Lord and Savior Sean Mannion. Look, me, you know where I'm going. That's right. Put me on the winning side, baby. I mean, if you've been paying attention for the last 7 years, then you know there's no doubt. There's no doubt. There's no room to doubt. Why would you want to doubt this for the last 7 years? Why, if you've seen the progression, why would you want to doubt this? That's my question. I don't have anybody from Twitter really, but mostly Eagles tweets. He be cooking. He does amazing work on Twitter, just exposing the lies. And you know what? That is not me. If anybody is wondering, that is not me, but he's like my evil twin. Reading his tweets is like, looking in the mirror, reading one of mine, but he does amazing work. He's a believer. This guy, Spike, we know how he feels. He is a non-believer. Okay. Let's see. Alex. The thing about Alex is I think he wants to believe, but he is poisoned daily. He is poisoned daily by Dan Sileo. So he can't break out of the torture chamber that he's in on a daily basis. So his mind is poisoned and he can't be on the right side of history of what's about to happen. He's waffling back and forth. But Alex, you're going to regret this. You're going to regret this. The rhetoric has been more negative than positive, saying the quarterback can't do this, can't do that. Whatever, man. The person that inspired this little segment, John McMullen, saying, oh, the quarterback is not comfortable doing this and that. Listen, you're not putting enough onus on the coaches, both Kevin Patullo.
I do not deserve to be treated like trash.
And Nick Sirianni. I will not be pushing his button until we make it to week 10, and we better be 9-1. All right. But John McMullen has been a doubter. He's going to label it as telling the truth, but we hear the rhetoric. The ears don't lie. Let's see. Dan Sileo. The thing about Dan, and I listened to him back in the day a couple times, and I was like, why is he so negative, man? Then I started listening to him a couple weeks ago just to see what he had to say, and Dan's relationship with the Philadelphia Eagles is basically like the Joker's relationship with Batman. Joker knows all of Batman's weaknesses. So Joker's going to focus on Batman's negative traits, not the fact that he is a billionaire genius, not the fact that he can fight real good, not the fact that when he's not dressed up as Batman, he's pulling all the hoes. He's going to focus on the fact that he's a middle-aged man dressed as a bat, on the negatives. He's going to say that this man has mental issues way worse than him. And that's what Dan's relationship with the Eagles is. He knows the Eagles like the back of his hand. And if you actually listen to him, he makes sense on a lot of his points, but then he'll just take a left and then drive into a ravine and just turn something negative out of it. So Dan, he wants to believe, but he has to be contrary. So we're going to put him as a non-believer just because he likes to push narratives. Mark Farcetta. I don't believe he is a Jalenite, but I believe he does believe in Jalen. If I had to put a percentage on it, it is higher than 60-40 that he believes. Maybe higher than that. I'm just saying he's more on the side of believing than not believing. Derek Gunn. I haven't gone into much about Derek Gunn in respect for the OG Unc, Seth Joyner, but Derek Gunn is a non-believer, and I'm just going to keep it at that. Speaking of which, the OG, Seth Joyner, he is a believer. He is a believer, and he's been taking care of business, throwing bows on Twitter. So I appreciate the effort. Let's see. Broads. Broads, he is riding with Jalen. That's right. Bros be doing the Lord's work. This guy works for WIP. I don't know if this is Joe Giglio or the other guy, but it's like they get an email in the morning between the two or whatever, and they say this is what we're going to talk about, and we're going to agree on this, and we just go on shit on Jalen. So The man goes to 2 Super Bowls and win 1, and you still trying to doubt this situation and not put any blame on the coaches. Insane, but whatever. I just watched The Sopranos, so things are starting to make sense to me. This guy, I forgot his name. He works with Elliott Shore-Parks. I would say he is a believer as well. I don't think he's a Jalenite. He might be a Jalenite. I don't know. I think he's a believer as well. Let's see. John Ritchie. Where does John Ritchie fall in this little debate? I don't know, man. Honestly, don't know. He's a former player, so, he's always going to try to talk through a player's lens. I don't know. We're going to keep him in the middle. I'm going to start listening to see what he has to say. I usually don't really pay attention to what he has to say, so we going to find out. This guy, oh yeah, let's put him right next to his friend. Just a shame. Just a shame. Don't appreciate shit. Mr. Hugh Douglas, Diana got body. Diana got body.
Shut the fuck up!
Hey, man, work on your swing. That's all I'm going to say about that. Diana got body. Diana got body. We're going to put you right next to your little admirer right here. All right. MJ, right? Real talk with MJ. I would say he is a believer. I don't listen to a lot of his content, but, I see his clips from time to time. And a lot of people, when you put yourself out there as a content creator, you're going to get criticism or whatever. But I understand what he's trying to do. And you know what? I support him. I hit subscribe on his YouTube, even though if I don't listen to it, then, he still gets to follow because he's trying to do his thing, man. I'm not going to knock the hustle. And he invokes passion, whether one way or another. And that's where the people come in on this list. If you're saying something, giving your own opinion, where you're not just delivering the news, then that's where you make the list. If you're just delivering the news, just talking about, the Eagles, they just substituted, blah, blah, blah. Who cares, man? Who cares? There is a place for that, but we're talking about people who actually evoke some sort of emotion from the people. All right? Tone DeShields. He is a believer. Let's put him right there. All right? Lord Brunson. I would say he is a believer. Right? Let's see. Joey Shakes. Joey Shakes, I'm not sure if he believes in Jalen. I think I just saw a thumbnail of his that says that he's hyped about Sean Mannion. So I'm going to put him on this side. I don't listen to a lot of his content too because I thought it was a little bit too negative for me, but he evokes some sort of passion. He's got something to say, so he's on the list. Philly 500. You know how he's rolling, man. Come on, stop. Reuben Frank. It's funny. Reporters shouldn't be on this list, but Reuben Frank came off the top rope a couple weeks ago with some sort of stat, so he made this list. And there you go. Let's see. Coach Marcus. I believe he is a believer of Jalen Hitman Hurts. This guy, let's go Philly. I think he just got on the scene or whatever, but he's been cooking lately. So let's put him on this side. This guy, I forgot his name, but he has been cooking, statting people to death about Jalen too. The numbers that people like to talk about, that's the numbers that we've been pulling all offseason, not just wins. So people are going to have to find something else to hate on. Ike. Oh, that's not Ike. I thought I had Ike. What happened? Jason Avant. Jason Avant, does he believe? I don't know. I don't know if Jason Avant believes. I'm going to have to listen to him, though. ESP, Elliott Shore-Parks. Does he believe? See, look, the thing with Elliott Shore-Parks is his Twitter persona is different from his YouTube persona or, live on the radio. And on the radio, he really does, I think he tries to do his job and stay neutral for the most part, but he does give Jalen a lot of credit. Now, when it comes to Twitter, it seems like he tries to be for everybody. He tries to hold his arms out for everybody. It's like, bro, this ain't the place. And it kind of throws people for a loop because it's really different from what he's talking on the radio / YouTube. He started this whole tracking Jalen Hurts stats, and I was like, who was this guy? But I think it was good for Jalen because Jalen, he hears everything, and it's made him on point during training camp. So if I had to guess, I think ESP, he is a believer, and we're going to see how it goes. So there's a couple more people I need to get on here. Ike Reese, I thought I had his picture, but apparently not. But I'd put him on a believer side. Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wilds. I need to get them on here. I'm not putting Shady on here. No. or Acho or anybody on that show, man. It's just terrible. I don't even watch that show for real. But from now on, yeah, I got to start paying attention to what Jason Avant and John Ritchie has to say on the situation. But you see the non-believers, I know you're not shocked. You see the believers, you're probably not shocked, but we're not doing this off of blind faith. We've got 7 years of evidence, 7 years of proof of which way we should lean. And we got a ring where the wings pop out. All right? They made replicas for us. I'm going to talk to Jeffrey, see if I can get the real joint. But that's all I got, man. You see the believers and non-believers. The schedule is out. I'm saying we get about 3 or 4 losses. And then, we're going to go into the playoffs and open up a can of whoop ass, And again, the link for the store, get your Jalen Hitman Hurts gear. That's his official nickname. That's what we pushing out there. Because you know why? He's Jalen Hitman Hurts.
The excellence of execution.
He's going to get the job done. We don't have to worry about it. That's all I got. Hit the like button. Go Birds.